And we are 1, 2, 3, ready to go. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Savage right here on Evidence TV, where we are streaming live with the beautiful Ellie Byrd. Ellie is a very, very unique business owner, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. I met her just over maybe a week or two ago. She was live streaming on Periscope, and she has an amazing business that I think we all could benefit from. Ellie is a communication specialist, marketing specialist for the Latino population. And one of the things that I learned while I was following Ellie was her unique niche in helping all of us to cross cultures into understanding what it means to communicate with the Latino population. This is Dr. Eveangel Savage right here on Evidence TV, and we welcome you, Ellie. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I want to be able to thank you, Dr. Eveangel, because inviting me. It's something very special to me. We just met. In fact, we have never met in person, only by digital. So that is such a nice way of meeting you guys also, and letting you know that even by digital, we can become friends, right?
Absolutely.
So, and thank you for inviting me. I am in Dallas. My name is Ellie Byrd, and I specialize in connecting businesses to the Hispanic market. I do utilize digital products such as Periscope and live Facebook to be able to help you as a small business in creating selling tips and how to connect and get that Latino or the Hispanic market in your area.
Absolutely.
So I've done that because that way I can create more avenues for you that you might not have thought of. And also thinking that maybe the Hispanic or the Latino market is just some group that we just cannot connect. So we might be able to talk about those things today.
Absolutely. The Latino population is a huge population in our country, and I'm actually delighted to talk about this because I have a huge passion for other cultures, and that includes the Latino population. One of the things that I've learned, Ellie, over the years is I look at cultures to see what works and what really does not work. And here's my take on it. I just had this conversation today with my brother, knowing that when I look at the Latino population, I see how family sticks together. There's a strong
family bond.
Strong family unit, right? That's a big thing to them. Education's a big thing to them, and they work very, very hard. So when I see the population and I see their businesses and I see them buying block after block after block, I see them do whatever is necessary to maintain their family unit, their culture. When they came, they did not disconnect from their culture. I think that is so important. I see the same thing in the Jewish population as bankers. I see the same thing in the Vietnamese population, where they cornered the market on nails. And so I just think it's an absolutely great thing to look at the growth of other cultures, but we are limiting ourselves when we don't understand how to effectively call them into our market. We have a huge market, and that is a huge population. So what should we be thinking about since we are not tapping into that market? What do you think the greatest concern is for our businesses to meet the needs of the Latino population?
Sure, I'll be happy. Let me give you some facts so that way you'll know how big is this growing, the Hispanic Latino market. First of all, they're a very young market. 77% of all the Latinos demographically in the United States are under 45 years old. Okay? So that alone gives you some insight of that energy that they have in this country. Now, the population is about 42.7 million of them. And they're in your area. They're everywhere. 62% of them are web videos. They drive the video land like crazy. So those are just some statistics. I'm not giving you everything, but they are watching you. And there are some gaps where you might be able to say, well, how do I get a hold of them? What do I do if I don't speak Spanish?
Right.
And usually the gaps are, it could be language, it could be culture, and also just plain knowledge. Okay. And even if you spend a little bit of time and trying to get to know them and trying to reach them, it would help you so much sell your product and also your services, because we also need you. So I'm a Latina, so I fall into this category of Latinas. And if you investigate a little bit about women, I mean, in general, women are the driving, buying source of the family. And in the Latino market, it's the same probably in a lot of them. We do, in a family, we do make choices. We're the ones that go shopping. We're the ones that need the product. We're also the ones that bring together our family, because we as a culture, have grandma in the house and, children in the house, and you have generations. And maybe that's why it's hard for you to connect, because you might think, well, when you see a Latino, everybody is a Latino. But that's not correct, because you're undermining that there's generations that are very bond, and that is the culture, because you're hitting first, second, and third generation. And let me tell you a little bit about that, because the first generation speaks only Spanish, okay? And the second generation, which is the majority of them, they speak English and Spanish, so they're bilingual. So we live a bilingual lifestyle, American, but we still have connections to our culture.
Absolutely.
Okay? And then the third one is just Hispanic or Latino, but speaks only English. Okay. So you have that knowledge. Once you know that, then you can just go and niche into exactly what type of Latino do you want to go out and reach out. Because it is a big market, it takes very little out of you to at least try, even just smiling to them and saying hola.
Right.
Some word that is very small, that gives you a warm welcoming of saying, oh my goodness, this person really wants to get to know me. Right. Let me listen to them, because they might have something I want. Mm-hmm. And so just knowing that, it's you might ask yourself, well, why and how do I get people to listen to them if I don't speak Spanish? Right. So yeah, even if it's just something so small, let's say, I'm just going to give you an example. Let's say you have a website, and in this website you sell markers. Okay. Well, I'm just giving you an example. How would you sell this to the Spanish market? Well, you might be able to put in a small video or a banner that say, bienvenido. Just a word so simple as saying bienvenido. You're already putting a mat out there saying, right, we welcome you, Spanish people, to come in. And what is it? Even if it says, hola, mi nombre es Ellie. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they know that you have an effort of trying to reach them. So that's just an example of, and it takes a little bit of time, of your time, to just say. They love digital videos, and they love banners where they, even if it just says bienvenido, and they're watching you. Right. And they make sure that you keep them there. Mm-hmm. So that's important.
Well, that was a really good tip. So So what about if I have a website? How can I get the interpretation feature that would, when as soon as they open it, it would translate into their language? Would you recommend that?
Yeah, you can do something very simple and be sensitive to their needs. Listen to the needs. For example, the majority of Hispanics in the United States, they're from Mexican descent, okay? And I would say 80% of that is Mexican descent. The 20% is other, meaning Central Americans, okay? So what do is when you research that, maybe you might be able to go to your local Hispanic chamber and ask them, what is the population of, let's say, Dallas or Atlanta or some. They will let you know what is the percentage of Hispanics ethnicity. That way you can create your wording. But bienvenido is very, very easy to understand, but to all the culture, I mean, everywhere that is Spanish speaking. But what I'm saying is figure out if it's more Central Americans, or are there Mexican descent. Then some of the wording you can even put on there on a small sentence of what your are. In fact, you don't even have to do that. Let me give you another tip.
Thank you.
You can just put a picture of the product. You know how they say a picture says 1,000 words?
Yeah.
Well, if you put a picture of your product or you put a gift or something, they are able to see it in any language. So that's a great tip of breaking that language barrier and letting them in and letting them know that at least a picture and a number breaks any language barrier. And what I'm saying is, if it costs $9.99, everybody understands that, right? Especially in payday. I mean, everybody speaks English on numbers.
Right.
Right? So it's important that if you have a product at $5.99, make sure it's big there, and people will say bienvenido. They'll understand what it is.
Okay.
Without you even trying.
Say that again. Bienvenido.
Bienvenido. Yes.
Bienvenido.
That means welcome.
Oh.
You are welcome.
Bienvenido.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got to remember that one.
Oh, yeah. There's just so many things.
What are some generic things, like just in general? Because, on the web, we are dealing with the population globally. So we're not necessarily sticking to a particular community or a market within America. How do we address on a more general, the general population of Latinos on a more global level?
Well, what happens is that we always have questions. Our negative questions are what doesn't make us want to learn more about anybody else's culture besides ours.
Right.
The negativity, for example, why do I have to do it if my competition doesn't do it? Or why do isn't this America? Everybody should speak English.
I've heard that.
Or, they know enough English that they can get by.
Yes.
Or, just if I say something, I'm afraid I'm going to offend them. Or if they say, well, if I have to put something in Spanish, I have to put it in Polish too.
Right.
Or Russian or whatever, but be sensitive to that, because even if you just smile and give them that welcome, first impressions are very important. Yeah. And what you have to say in the next 15 to 30 second gap is what's gonna help you sell to them.
Game changer.
So, you have to change. You have to at least make the effort in any language to at least smile and say, come on in, and smile to them. I mean, it's almost human to do that. And the expressions in your face are just going to help them out, to let them know that you are interested in them. And you have to think, don't throw, oh, I've got this for $5.99. Do you want it? Do you want it? No, you can't do that.
Oh, right.
You cannot do that. A customer wants to feel that you are interested in me as a person, because I do exist and I am your customer and I have cash I can give to you.
Yes.
A customer should feel like there's a connection with you, even though you don't speak the same language.
If they're your only customer.
Yes, and if they're gonna buy me, one of these, they're gonna buy 10 of them because you were so nice to me.
Yes, yes, I like that, Ellie.
So yeah, it's very important. A lot of people don't think that that they can do it, but honestly, I've seen them with my customers where they're going, well, Ellie, I don't know what to do, because honestly, I don't even have employees here. I thought, but you do have a website and you do have Facebook, and Facebook is their number one target.
Right.
So they will use Facebook like crazy. So, sell your pen, sell whatever it is, and just say, hola, mi nombre es Ellie. And then put the website in the bottom. And that way they know that you're there and you're real, and then you want to get to know them. But after you do that and you get to know, you say, bienvenido, come to my website, Ben, bienvenido on the website. And then put your website right here. Then they'll go in there and they'll say, oh, wow, this guy really wants to get to know me. And then you can just sell your product later on. But really, Hispanics are like that. They really want to connect with you first, and then we talk business.
That know, like, and trust.
That makes sense.
That know, like, and trust.
Right.
So, Ellie, you know what I really think you should do? And I'm just saying because I think it'll be a great thing, is come up with like a little ebook or something of, those things that you're suggesting would be ideal, because we need to know more about this. And I know that I do. I want to know. Facebook is huge and people are using it. It's my thing. I find more pleasure in using Facebook than I do in Periscope. But what are they looking for? I got questions. What are they looking for when they're doing business? I mean, what keywords are they looking for? What are they typing in when they're in search of business?
Oh, first of all, like I said, it's a connection. First, a connection. So if you could at least, connect with them in a sense that you want to be able, let's say I speak no Spanish, and I really want to talk to you, because once you hit one Hispanic family, you're going to get 4 to 5 sales. So numbers is important. Remember, put in a number or put in bienvenido, or just, have someone help you do us a mini video of just a greeting. Say, hola, my name is Ellie. ¿Cómo está? Bienvenido. And that would be able to create something so small, you're going to be surprised how many people will join in, or at least they know that you're trying. And that's what I like about the Hispanic community. Once they know that you're trying to connect them, oh my goodness, you better hold back, because you're going to go, oh my goodness, I don't know what else to do.
Right. I have a question.
I'll do that.
I have a question from a viewer. Is there an app available to convert the words so others can appropriately cross the language barrier safely?
Well, what you can do, a lot of people do the Google, just a Google translator. And you can translate something, but you have to be sensitive, because let me tell you, a couple of years ago, I'm going to tell you this story. there was a campaign done for Got Milk. Do you remember that campaign?
Yes.
And so they try to translate everything, so, just like translation, just like it is. And once they translated, it came out to the Mexican people, or to the Mexican community, as "you're lactating" instead of "you've got milk."
Oh, wow.
So you have to be careful and be sensitive to those things, because if you don't know the exact translation, depending on where you are, for example, in Mexico, you call a car coche, a coche. But in South America, it's a pig.
Oh, wow.
So you have to, I just want to let you know that you have to be sensitive to those things. And even if there's someone out there that can help you, or if you need any help, I'll be happy to help you.
Okay.
In translating, just send me the translation and I'll check it. I'll do that for free for you guys. Don't worry about that, because I want to help you.
That sounds like a window of opportunity for you, though. It sounds like, because I'm all about opportunity. And this sounds like an amazing opportunity for you, because the young lady who's on our scope right now, not scope, but Facebook Live, has asked that is there an app? That's the key word. Is there an app? Not Google, but is there an app? Because if you have an app for your business, and someone, I'm going to tell you about this when we get off of here, because I did an app for mine, and I'm going to share with you just how that works. But if you have a program in your app, there is a chat that you can add to your app, and so someone could actually send you some textual information, and then you could send them back the translation for that.
Okay.
And that would be a great, there I go with $1 million opportunities.
You are awesome. That's why I love you.
$1 million opportunities. She said that's why I love her. Oh, she said that's why she's asking. She said that's why she's asking, because she thinks that that's important, something that you could actually do to make life easier for all of us. You said that you would. This is great. This is great information, Ellie. Thank you so much. There obviously is a huge gap or concern in our community, but we are a nation of immigrants. I'm a firm believer of that. I've, since I was age 13, and I absolutely was one of my family members who attended the Ellis Island when I could literally feel the spirits of individuals coming across those waters when I was standing in that building. Just very young. I was very young experiencing that by myself, with my classmates. And I remember what that was like. And I try in everything to put myself in the shoes of another person. And so for me, it's an extremely sensitive topic when I think about even looking at Periscope. When I see Periscope, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but when it launches, it says Periscope, proudly made in America by immigrants. Did you ever notice that?
Yes.
So, there's all sorts of contradictions, and I won't get into the politics of that, but I just wanted you to know that I share your values. I share your values. I share the need to be able to do business with all of mankind. Why should I limit myself? Green is green, money is money all day long. Product, if it's good, can be purchased by anyone. So I need to be able to set my business up in place so that I can effectively deal and do business with the Hispanic population. So,
and you're right. It's not stepping out of your little box.
Exactly.
A little bit, and you can be successful, because there's success stories where people reach out and listen to the culture that's not yours, and they become very successful. And some are simply just marketing refresheners that are effective with a Hispanic market.
So So here's another opportunity.
You're great, I tell you.
I love opportunities. Like a book of like say you mentioned South America versus another dialect, the different dialects, right? Within the culture. Is that what you were talking about? The different
I'm sorry.
the different how you say things different across the different
Oh
dialects.
yeah, the dialect.
Right. So to do that, maybe we could use a cheat sheet or something.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm giving that to you.
All right. I want you to feel comfortable, and even if you have like one or two, let's say 1 to 10 common welcoming sentences,
Yes.
or wording. I would say different words
Yes.
that you can sell their selling pitch for you.
Right. And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that would be really, really nice to have, is like a cheat sheet. But we want you to create it.
Okay, I will do that. I will create it like for different types of services and products.
Yes, and then what you could do is you could create this awesome lead page, right? And then you can tell us to download it, and then you can have business with us, right? So
Exactly.
Opportunity knocking at the door. So we know based on evidence that there's a huge population of Hispanic, Latino. I like to say Latino.
Latinos. That means all Latin America.
All. Yeah. That's right, and that's what I want to do. I want to be all. So Latinos, and then you gave us numbers. You threw out some facts and figures. You threw out the different generations, right? And how it's the first generation speaking they're speaking Spanish. The second one is they're the interpreters, right? They're the children, right?
Right.
Yes, because when I was working at the hospital, I noticed that whenever I had to communicate with a patient who was over a certain age, that's some good information, Ellie, that I almost always had to talk to the child to interpret.
They always come with an interpreter.
Yes.
So even, let's say you don't speak Spanish and you don't have employees that speak Spanish, they always come with an interpreter. It's usually a child. I did that all my life.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, they do. They always come with someone that speaks Spanish because they drag them with them and say, I want to be able, because I saw it on the website that they are welcoming me and I need them.
Now,
so come with me.
No, that's really good to know. Let me let the others know that you're here, because they might have some questions, because you are really speaking some truth right now. So I need to see if they are available to come in, because they might have some questions.
Yes, and one of the things you want to do is give them value.
Right.
Something, for example, I'm going to give you this example. Let's say they could get, if they buy a product from you, they can download a recipe, okay, or a coupon, or a custom ringtone that's in Spanish, you guys, like Shakira or something, I don't know, that rewards the efforts of them going to your place. Now, if you know also some events that are happening in your area, let's say there's a soccer tournament that's in Spanish, or something around the area that it's probably away from the city or at the city. One of the marketing tools is, to reach that audience, the Hispanic, what you can do is just try to mingle and say hi, hola, and see, that way you feel comfortable and at least saying hi to somebody.
Exactly.
And usually you just look at them, but honestly, when you say, hola, ¿cómo está?
Yeah, I'm learning from my husband because he does all the time. I have a lot of friends in my neighborhood, and my husband he knows a lot of the words. You know, I still haven't gotten it all, but I think it might even be good to have a conversational class, like a mini class. I tried it, but I don't think my brain could wrap around it. So,
Uh-huh.
so I'm really, but maybe now. Because a lot of times the desire to want to do something drives your ability to absorb the information as well. So this may be a better time for me to actually engage.
Right. Mhm. Let's say, for example, you go to an event or just to the school or something. Um, don't always assume that all Hispanics or Latinos like to
Oh,
play soccer. For example, not all white folks like baseball, right?
right.
It's the same thing with soccer. Not all Latinos like soccer. In fact, ask a Puerto Rican if they like soccer. You know what they'll say?
What?
No, we like basketball.
Right.
So oh, I thought everybody was a soccer player.
That's not right. It's not nice. It's not nice, right?
So figure out what Latinos live in your area. That way you can play that game, of saying the right thing and not, be embarrassed and thinking the stereotype Latino
Exactly.
doesn't like to spend money, doesn't do this. Instead of thinking the negative, think of the positive, and go around your area and learn, like, for example, the holidays that they like and the language, you know, um, things that they use. Like Mexican Americans present the highest number of Latinos. So, it's not just tacos,
Right.
but,
Right.
don't assume that it's the only market and stereotype every Latino like that. I
Right.
know that for a fact because there's some Honduran um, communities and also Salvador, and they eat pupusas, which is almost like a tortilla, but it's not. It's almost like a pita.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
a lot of people think, oh my goodness, now I know what they like.
Uh-huh.
So recognize the different types of Latinos, their flag, what they like to eat, where their hangouts, and learn a little bit of Spanish. And I'm telling you, just say, hola Rosita, ¿cómo está?
Right.
And that's as far as you can go. That's fine. They just smile back at you because you tried.
Yes, because you tried. Yeah. So those are all great recommendations. This is absolutely awesome. I am going to really be looking forward to that cheat sheet and
Okay.
looking at us working together to get you an app, because I really think that that's something that small businesses, I think that's an absolute, I won't even tell you what I see in that. I'm not even going to share that here because that's going to be special between me and you. I think that you need to know that
Yes. Okay.
there is a demand. There is a demand. And when there is a demand, there's great opportunity. So we want to know, I want to do business with Hispanics. I want their business. So because of that.
Yes, because it is growing, and honestly, they pay good. They don't like payments.
No, they want to pay up front. I know that. I watch them.
It's
They always
very rare.
They don't do a lot of credit. They do a lot of cash.
Everything cash.
Yeah,
You tell me how much, and I give it to you.
they-
Who knows how they get it, but you'll get it.
Well, Ellie, I really do appreciate this conversation that we've had. You are absolutely
Well,
amazing. Can you tell my listening audience where they can find you and what services you actually offer overall so that they can know what to look forward to?
Sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me come in. And thank you, audience, this loyal audience that you have, that yes, there is an opportunity for you to reach this demographics. It is loyal brand. They are loyal. I'm telling you. And there's reasons why you don't want to, but I can probably help you break out those barriers. Because if it's something that is going to benefit your business, and if it's something that you know you're going to expand, believe me, it's worth your time and your efforts, because they are Americans like you, and they need your product and they need your services. So I am in Dallas. And you can reach me. In fact, you can go to my Facebook, and it is Ellie Byrd, ELLIE, and then Byrd, but with a Y, BYRD. And if you go there, I'll be happy to send you some of my emails, because I know I have a couple of them, but I want to be able to let you know where you can get that information. But I do appreciate the time that you spend with me, and also the opportunity that you want to be successful and reaching out.
Absolutely. And we, Ellie, do you have like a landing page or a website where people could reach you?
Yes. In fact, I want to be able to let you know. Hold on one second. I have it here. I have several of them.
Yes, several.
And it is, yes.
I know you were offering a product on
I'm in Periscope. So if they go to Periscope under Ellie Byrd, they can find my bit.ly and my bio, and all my information is there on Periscope. Also,
you know, the one thing about that, and let me just say this here, because I think this is real important. When we have to know that, first of all, everybody's not going to do Periscope. So it's very, very important that we make sure that we differentiate our market. So if we're on Facebook, we probably need to connect with them through Facebook. And if there's a bit.ly link that you have, do you know what the link is? Because we can drop that right below here, because they're not likely to move over to Periscope to find you. So I want them to be able to find you right here. So when we finish, then we could drop, if you could get that bit.ly link, and we'll just drop it.
I would definitely do that. Yes. They can go find me on Facebook, or I can get that for you and then put it on there. That I would really do appreciate it.
Okay.
I do have an email address, stuff like that. It's too long and it's a mouthful, so I'll be happy to make sure that if you are interested, I'm happy to provide that for you.
Okay, super. We'll just put all of Ellie's information right below the video, so that you all be able to access it. Thank you so much, listening audience. This is Ev-i-denceTV. This is Dr. Eveangel Savage. This is my new way of podcasting. I've been podcasting for years, but this is my new platform right here on Facebook, where we go live instead of me recording podcasting. So we're still trying to iron out some of the kinks. Each video and each opportunity is getting better and better. So I'm very, very excited about that. This is Ellie Byrd. Ellie is a communications and marketing specialist for the Latino population. We are very, very excited to have you on our show. More than that, we are also appreciative of the value of the information that you have brought to our table, to our special place right here on EvI-denceTV. So what we have learned here today is that there is a population, there is a need. They love to spend their money, they spend cash, they spend fast. They want to know, like, and trust you. So we must develop the appropriate relationships in order to benefit from the population of people who are among us. So I am super, super excited, Ellie. Thank you so much. We're going to be putting more information.
You're welcome. And I promise you there are rewards for all of this.
Yes.
So please, any questions, anything that I can do, please do follow. And thank you again for this wonderful opportunity you're giving me.
You are so welcome. Thank you again, listening audience. This is Ellie Byrd right here on EvI-denceTV, hosted by Dr. Eveangel Savage. Thank you, and it's been an amazing time. See you on tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, I go by the phrase that sustains, what does the evidence say? God bless you, everyone. Thank you, Ellie.
You're welcome.
Stay right there, sweetie. I'm trying to end the meeting.